Alright, Varden, I have your quad finished up. So this is a GEPRC Mark IV. I don't know why they call it a Mark IV. Usually the number in the name means the size, but this is a 5-inch. It turned out really nice. I've never seen this frame before actually until you sent this to me to build. Pretty cool looking frame, GEPRC. I haven't really had many of their frames. I did have, they had a 130 a long time ago, like 3 years ago, that I built. Anyway, so let's go through the parts real quick. You got the Zing 2207. Are these 1800? Yeah, 1800 kV. I didn't know they had 1800. I thought they had like a 1700. You have the Mamba F7 full-size stack, and if you notice here on the side, you got these little LEDs. These are the Tiny's LEDs, saddle lights. I don't know why they call them saddle lights. I was thinking maybe because it's kind of like a saddle bag on hanging off the side of the stack here, so they call it the saddle light. And in the back here, you have the Rush Tank VTX, and I kind of layered it in the back here so that nothing was just right on top of the VTX. I kind of made a space in between the VTX and this plate that I used, and then on top of that you got your buzzer. I'm not sure what brand this buzzer is, but I like it because it has a button on it. Those Hellgate ones are just so goddamn annoying, man. You have to unplug and then plug the battery back in to turn them off. It's just so ridiculous and annoying. So this one actually has a button, and I like that this frame has this nice hole on the top here, so you can actually stick your finger in here and push the button when you're done flying. You hold it down for like 4 seconds to turn it off. I'll show you that though, if you don't already know. And then you also had me install one of these, which is a Tiny's LEDs reel pit. I've never messed with these before either until now, and it was kind of fun to learn about them and figure it out and set it up and everything. So what you do is you run the power from the VTX to this, and then you run a power from this to the battery, and then you got a signal wire and a ground. So the signal you can run to any like spare UART, or you can like remap LED or something like that. And then you got to do a whole bunch of stuff in the CLI to get it to work, but all that information's online. Very easy to do. Your reel pit is sitting right here on top of the flight controller, and then you have the CAD Export in the yellow version, and a huge ass cap that I put right here. That's like the biggest cap I've ever used. And Crossfire Nano, can't forget about that. Crossfire Nano in the back, and I did leave a wire hanging out of it right here, this orange one. So if you ever wanted to switch to running your smart audio through Crossfire, you can you won't have to cut the heat shrink off of the receiver. But it is running through the flight controller, and it's working excellent like it's supposed to and everything. So I had a problem where I was putting the XT60. I didn't know where to put it. Everywhere I put it, it was like not a good spot for it. I had it back here, and it was just too close to the prop. So I moved it up here to where it's, you know, pretty far away from the prop. And especially when you have it plugged in, it's going to pull it up here. But, you know, this is a small battery. I don't have any big batteries, but when you have a big battery on here, your battery cable is going to wrap around right here and plug in just like that. So it's going to be plenty far away enough from the props. Alright, it's already bound up to my radio. I did cut a piece of heat shrink out of the receiver so you can push the bind button if you need to easily. It's right here, pushing it right now. Let's plug it in and I'll show you the reel pit. So I set reel pit up on auxiliary 3. Okay, so let me turn on my radio. Plug the battery in. Actually, let me get my screen. Alright, there's your video. Okay, so I'm gonna flip auxiliary 3 right now. You see that? Completely shuts off the VTX. It doesn't just put it on a low power mode or anything like that. It completely powers it down. I don't know if you'll be able to notice, but there's no LEDs on the VTX right now. And now I'm gonna flip it back on right now. And there you go, it restarts it, powers it back up. That is a true pit mode right there. Pretty cool. Pretty fancy. Alright, let's do a hover. Oh, and by the way, this quad is running Emu Flight. Here we go. So smooth, look at that. It just sits there. And then last but not least, oh yeah, that Emu Flight is damn smooth. Last but not least is these LEDs. See, there they are right there. They're on the sides. That's gonna look pretty cool in the dark. And they are programmable. They're running to the LED pad on the flight controller. Pretty cool. Saddle lights. All right, and then when you're done flying, you unplug and you can see the buzzer LED is flashing. In a little while it's going to start beeping super loud, but turn it off. You just hold down the button for a few seconds till the LED stops flashing, and there you go. So much easier than the Hellgate. Alright, so that should be everything. Oh, I guess I'll show you real quick. We'll do smart audio. So throttle middle, yaw left, pitch forward, go down to features, smart audio, and we will change it from Fatshark 7 to Fatshark 1. Set, confirm yes, and there you go. So we'll put this to 1, and there you go. So smart audio is working like it's supposed to, which is great because it doesn't always work like it's supposed to. And now we will turn off the buzzer again. And we're all done. I hope you enjoy this quad. I'm gonna box it up, ship it out, and send you over some tracking. All right, thanks, Varden.